Hi, this is Rick Teepen. My ministry is called Snakes Alive, and in this episode we're going to take a look at evolution, a step backwards. Do you like lizards? Here's some interesting lizards to show you. These happen to be bearded dragons. And you might say, wow, that looks just like a little baby dinosaur. They must have evolved from dinosaurs millions of years ago. Well, first of all, dinosaurs didn't exist millions of years ago. They were created on day 6 of creation, the same day that lizards were created. Now, the interesting thing about the bearded dragon is that they actually make very good pets. You can find these animals in pet stores these days. They have great personalities. They actually like to get out and interact with you. They come from Australia. And this is another interesting lizard who also comes from Australia. This is the blue-tongued skink. Now, if you look carefully, you'll see why he's called a blue-tongued skink. See that pretty blue tongue? Yeah, he looks like he just ate a Smurf. And you'll notice he has short little legs that seem very small in proportion to the rest of his body. But he gets along pretty well on those short legs. And there are some lizards that don't have any legs at all. They're legless lizards. And so you might think, snakes. No, lizards. They must be the missing link. Well, no, actually, a lizard is a lizard and a snake is a snake, and there's differences. You see, a legless lizard might look like a snake, but here's the difference. Lizards have eyelids and snakes do not. Lizards have ears and snakes do not. So you'll see eyelids and ears on a legless lizard. Totally different animals. Another interesting lizard is the leopard gecko. You may have seen him in a commercial. You may have bought insurance from this guy. But here's the interesting thing about the leopard gecko. If an enemy were to attack him, or if you were to handle him very roughly, he would run off to safety. The animal would have a nice little snack with his tail, and he would be safe. But it doesn't stop there, because God gave the gecko the ability to grow a brand new tail. Now, the fact that some lizards can lose their tails and the fact that some lizards don't have any legs at all shows us that through natural selection, animals can sometimes lose structures in order to better adapt to their environment. But that's not evolution. They can lose structures. They can't take on structures of other kinds of animals and then millions of years later evolve into that animal. You see, you can breed a dog with a wolf and reproduce another variation of the dog. You can breed a lion with a tiger and reproduce another variation of the cat. But the Bible tells us that God created animals to reproduce after their own kind. It tells us that in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 24. So, these lizards could never grow feathers and eventually become birds, just like apes could never become human beings. Isn't God amazing?